Welcome to my review of DLC Pack 1 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Before I fully assess Xenoverse 2 itself, I thought it would be fitting to review each of the DLC packs first. Anyway, DLC Pack 1 is split up into a free version and a paid version, which is definitely a huge plus right off the bat, especially for people who might not have the money for a season pass, since they are at least getting some content. The free version of this pack comes with variations of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Hit, as well as 5 instructors and their skills. Although the main paid DLC pack includes the new Universe 6 characters Cabba and Final Form Frost, as well as a plethora of other content. Before I review the main content, I will first analyze the updates in the DLC pack. A few of these additions were introduced in the associated patch with this free pack, by the way. First of all, the level cap has been raised to 85 if you go to Guru, which was an unneeded feature for me at least, but I completely understand why it was programmed in. Other minor changes include an updated UI of the world map, now showing where the expert missions and transfer bots are. This minor update is such a huge improvement to the game itself and is a welcome addition to Xenoverse 2. And also there's a Freezer Siege event that occurs randomly online. Which it is a cool novelty, but it's exactly like I said, it's a novelty thing without much replay value, except for getting the jersey outfits of course. In DLC Pack 1 there are only 3 new parallel quests, based off their scenarios in the Universe 6 arc. The first quest teams you up with Goku and Vegeta as they are looking for Universe 7 team members. I thought this was a really cool idea and it made a rather boring episode in the show into a fun quest. They even explain why Gohan doesn't participate in the tournament while you were fighting him, which I thought was a really neat touch as a fan of the anime. The second quest is very random and felt thrown together, to be honest. It consists of fighting Golden Frieza, Broly, and Janemba in their villainous forms. That's all. I think the basis of this parallel quest is to fix Universe 6 from these villainous monsters, but it just didn't do anything for me and could have been replaced with something else. Plus, trying to get the ultimate finish on this quest is very tough. Not because of the difficulty of the CPU, it's due to the time limit. Anyway, the final quest is pretty much fighting the Universe 6 team, minus Megetta and Botamo. And also fighting Goku and Vegeta in between in their Super Saiyan Blue forms. I recommend playing online with friends with these quests, because you will definitely get the most enjoyment out of that. But overall, these DLC quests are a nice break up to the regular missions and are very fun to replay, although I felt there should have been more parallel quests in this DLC pack, especially because there's no story component here. I would have liked to maybe fight First Form Frost and First Form Frieza as they progressively went into their final forms. But that's pretty much all the complaints in terms of the parallel quests. Oh, and one more thing, it's not really a criticism, but just something else I would have liked is Frost and Cabba's attacks being accessible in these parallel quests. Moving on to the new clothing items and Super Souls. In the paid version, there are only 2 new outfits in the DLC, which include Cabba's Saiyan outfit and Champa's clothes. I personally didn't mind the small number of costumes in this DLC pack, since they are 2 that I really wanted to have. The Super Souls don't really affect me too much, since I don't really pay attention to that sort of stuff, but I will say that if you're a fan of looking at all of the Super Souls and building your strongest fighter ever, there are a few new ones to pick from. By the way, you receive Champa's outfit from the first parallel quest in the DLC, and Cabba's outfit from the second one. In the free DLC update, there are jerseys that you can obtain from Frieza's Siege event, but that's about all the clothing items that I am able to find at least. So the clothing and Super Souls in DLC Pack 1 are awesome, and both of them are pretty easy to find by grinding the PQs. The next addition are the new instructors, in which there are 6 of them to train under in DLC Pack 1. Those include Future Gohan, Bardock, Cooler, Android 16, and Whis in the free version. And also there's Hit in the paid version, so in total you're learning about over 20 attacks from these instructors, and they're all varied in some sort of way. I actually think that adding new masters is a very good way to update the game, since all of these characters are in the base game already, so it makes sense. I thought every instructor had at least one awesome attack to receive, my favourite being Cooler's Supernova. What's kind of strange is that there's only one instructor in the paid version, yet there are 5 in the free version. Now I'm glad that Bandai Namco are giving more content to free players, I just find it a little wacky, that's all, but it's a good thing that they're doing this. Let's move on to the key feature of the free DLC, which are the 2 brand new character variations. The new version of Super Saiyan Blue Goku contains an alternate skill list and a new Kaioken transformation, in which can be upgraded to Kaioken times 10 with 5 bars of ki. Me personally, I think Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is easily one of the best awoken skills in the game. The alternate skills consist of Super God Fist, Kamehameha, Instant Transmission, Maximum Charge, Warp Kamehameha, Super Kamehameha, Spirit Explosion, and of course, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. This version of Goku also contains the Super Soul called I've Been Saving This, Kaioken. Even though it's not the most effective, it has the coolest idea out of all of the awoken skills, since it strikes a great balance of having advantages as well as equal disadvantages. The advantage for having Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken on is the increase in strength and infinite stamina. However, these advantages come at a cost, with your health gradually going down, even faster with the Kaioken times 10 mode. This really adds strategy to the gameplay and is quite accurate to the Dragon Ball Super anime. Mostly because Goku uses the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken only as a trump card and for a very short period of time, so the game translated that aspect amazingly well. So the new variation of Goku in the DLC pack is awesome and truly gets a thumbs up from me. On the other hand, Hit's new variation offers up new attacks as well, along with a transformation called Pure Progress. But the difference with Hit is that the new attacks are actually brand new moves that were just programmed for this variation, which I thought was a fantastic idea. The skill list for the second variation of Hit includes Backbreaker, Flash Skewer, Jump Spike, Maximum Charge, Molotov, Tremor Pulse, and Pure Progress. Hit also has a new Super Soul, titled Now You Understand, Surrender. Hit's new skills that have been introduced in this DLC pack are very flashy and extremely useful in a number of situations. One of my favorites is Backbreaker, which is a very similar move to another one on this list, but it's backwards. You have to use it when a person is behind you obviously, which could be when they snap vanish behind you to start a combo. Then you pull out Backbreaker and continue with your own combo. That's so satisfying and you don't know how happy it is when you finally pull it off. Overall, this variation of Hit is extremely fun to utilize in fights. Finally, here are my thoughts on the meat of this DLC, the new playable characters from Universe 6, Cabba and Frost. Let's first start off with Cabba, as his combo strings and moves are very fluid and work well together. His ultimate attack especially is a spectacle and is very satisfying to pull off successfully. Bundled with the Super Saiyan transformation as well, Cabba is a solid character to work with and is very accessible. Cabba's move list involves Sledgehammer, Gallic Cannon, Key Explosion, Full Power Charge, Full Power Energy Blast Volley, Impulse Slash, Instant Rise, and his Super Saiyan transformation. Another aspect of Cabba that I just love is his voice acting in English, since he does a fantastic job portraying the character in this game. The other new character introduced in DLC Pack 1 is Final Form Frost, the Universe 6 version of Frieza essentially. At first, I didn't see the appeal of playing as him, but once I actually sat down and had a few matches with Frost selected, I began to really enjoy fighting with him. I will say that his super attacks aren't really useful, his melee combat is what makes up for it though. This character also has two variations, with alternate movesets of course. The first version of Frost has Meteor Blow, Chaos Shot, Backflip, Full Power Charge, Full Power Energy Wave, Secret Poison, and Explosive Wave. He doesn't play exactly the same as Frieza also, so there's no worry there, but he does play like a Frieza race character, as he should, if that makes sense. Also, the Super Soul of Frost is titled Don't Quit, Get Up, and from what I've noticed, it doesn't really affect anything. Anyway, the second variation of Frost is quite similar to the first, but there's Meteor Crash instead of Meteor Blow, and Phantom Fist is there. I prefer using the second variation, since I find Meteor Crash much more useful, and yeah, Frost is a very solid character like Cabba. To conclude, I am quite pleased with DLC Pack 1, especially with Frost and Cabba, along with the new variations of Hit and Goku. Some aspects they could have improved on is adding a new stage, along with possibly adding an extra character, like Botamo or someone else from Universe 6. So I believe it's worth the money if you want some extra characters to play around with and some new helpful special attacks with the mentors and stuff. Just be warned, having a lack of story mode could be a deal breaker for you, but what do you expect them to do with the Universe 6 arc? It's just a tournament, which wouldn't translate well in story missions, so I get why they didn't include it this time around. The new PQs added were the icing on the cake, as they were set out very well. I would give Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC Pack 1 a solid 8 out of 10. I certainly recommend it for the fans of the base game. See you later!